Okay, here goes. What? 82 kilos. That must be like 170 pounds. Okay, here's where I stand. I had a baby and I gained 40 pounds during pregnancy and another 10 pounds during breastfeeding. Ouch. I had been to a Western doctor. He's checked all of my hormones. Everything's normal. And he said, in that case, my advice to you would be go home and eat less.
Problem is, I developed a monstrous appetite since pregnancy. I feel hungry all the time. Every night after dinner, I have to eat an additional pizza like this. I have fluid retention, I feel like a hippo, exercise only increases my gluttony, and the Western medicine doctor doesn't seem to know what's wrong with me. Hence, I decided to invoke an ancient power from the East.
好，第一次打针我都给你用这种常规针，下次打针的话，我们就会用这种长针。
They're like needles for elephants. I have blockage in my liver. I have weak digestion and metabolism. I'm using too much of my liver blood and I have a heart flame. Actually, not as bad as I could have been. Like,
the scare surpasses the sting.
I think I already burned 100 calories just now.
The needle prick is barely noticeable.
The doctor said I should relax and fall asleep for 20 minutes.
Dr. Wang told me not to intentionally cut back on food intake or drastically change my exercise routine, which is nice.
It was nice and warm, and I was mostly relaxed during the process, and otherwise I didn't feel like anything. I've been instructed to press these buttons about 15 minutes before I have each meal, and that's gonna reduce my appetite.
And here I begin an 8-week experiment.
Whoa, very impressive number.
20 minutes per needle session, 2 to 3 times a week. No dieting, no weight loss medications or supplements. It's just me and the needles.
I am now 1 week into my treatment, a regular lunchbox from a regular Shanghai convenience store.
To be fair, the lunchbox tasted kind of bad. But the needles did shorten the amount of time it takes from being hungry to being full. Now when the food is down, it can stay there for a little longer. But let me lay it out, I don't even dream to go back to this. I'd be extremely happy just to look somewhere around the midway point. We'll see.
Today we're using these. They're to access the qi in the areas that are particularly puffy. Well, this is like 10 centimeters, 15.
心口还是有点大哦。
Dr. Wang punctures with precision. The giant needles go in my thighs.
哎呦，
可以了。
There's no pain. But there's this horrible twitching feel when the needle touches the trigger points.
哎呦，
Some twitch more than others.
哎呦，哎呦，哎呦，哎呦，哎呦。I've also been instructed to keep breathing.
针灸它是去刺激你的穴位，增强你身体里面强大的自愈功能，然后让整体的一个经络达到平衡，这样你就能达到一个比较健康、平和又能够瘦下来的状态。
When practiced well, acupuncture can stimulate your body to move energy around, so it doesn't feel like it needs to keep eating all the time to stay alive. The body then starts using its fat.
It is now 8 a.m. and the size of my daily breakfast has gone from about 1 bagel with cream cheese to some oats. This much. Which is saying a lot because about a month and a half ago, I can finish this whole box of cereal in about 2 sittings.
I know I won't get hungry until noon. I don't eat snacks, but I still have to eat 2 dinners, though the portions are now smaller.
In this world, 3 things never lie: your clothes, the camera, the weight scale. Okay, that's like 5-6 pounds in 4 weeks. This is really impressive.
Which is in consideration of A, I basically stopped exercising, and B, I don't feel I'm starving myself for a second.
Lunch. This part has gone down so much. And if I were to shrink this a little bit more, I'd be great.
Yes, a woman can look gorgeous in any shape as long as they're healthy, but I just still miss the way I used to be. Halfway through the course, the needles now hurt so much more than before. Dr. Wang says it's because I'm losing my cover of fat.
I'm dead.
Over time, I no longer feel nothing when the needles are in. Now it's slightly sore under my skin along the arms and legs. The doctor says that is Jingluo, the meridians.
其实做到现在呢，并没有发现经络像神经一样能够解剖出来，能够看得到的。但是我们拿经络敏感人，拿小朋友他对着他这个穴位去，就是像这种揪治一样，然后小朋友会觉得有一股水流沿着这个往上跑，它的一个走形就是你的气血通过的一个通道。
I feel mush.
It was never specified who discovered Jingluo. It's only known that TCM physicians over thousands of years have been learning through experience and recording that knowledge.
Going to work. Oh, great! This facial recognition machine has refused to recognize me for months and months and months. But today, something's changed.
Slowly, I notice I'm getting my face back. And I went from this to this. In any weight loss scenario, people say you should eat less and exercise more. But due to some physical conditions, one may find it virtually impossible to eat less.
Highly undelicious.
And I realized acupuncture may change that status quo and help me start a new routine. Across China, all over the street, you'd find day spas that claim to be able to improve your health by burning, cupping, and scraping. Cupping is now practiced in Western countries. On Sephora's US website, you'll find jade gua sha tools. All of these are, of course, only TCM-derived home therapies. A licensed acupuncturist needs to know much more.
在中国，主要的我们一些中医药大学，他们都要学习一个西医的一个通识课程的，就比如说要学正常人体解剖，要学我们的病理学、药理学，还有就是生理学，还学我们的西医诊断学、西医内科学、西脉科学。
A quirk with acupuncture is that your treatment heavily depends on the doctor. They may interpret your bodily balances differently. They could use different trigger points. They have different levels of proficiency when using the needles, which lead to varying results.
我是一名泰国人，然后我来上海中医药大学学了5年的本科。我觉得我大概需要10多年才能到老那个王医生的那个水准。
By week 5, I noticed my silhouette is noticeably smaller. But the effect isn't just skin deep. I sleep so much better. In TCM Classics, a doctor's highest mission is not to cure, but to prevent.
I feel a little bit of trepidation because this is the day of revelation. These were my measurements 2 months ago. See how they change now? Which is pretty amazing considering there's no substance entering the body. All that happened was needle pricks. Do you think I've lost some weight?
Yeah, you've definitely shed some pounds.
Thank you!
2 months, 20 treatments, 500 needles, 9 pounds.
Do you want to know how much is 9 pounds? This is 9 pounds.
I imagine I could have achieved more given dietary guidance and more exercise, but compared to how heavy I used to feel, I'm extremely satisfied. I really enjoy the process, which is more comfortable than a crash course in exercise and diet. I wanted to find out exactly how well needles work without other variables, and I did. I'd say it's a total win. At times when neither you nor your doctor understands your body, I would totally recommend acupuncture it.